Now let's see the question number 76. The nurse is caring for a patient who has an increase in gastric acid that is causing epigastric pain. Which drug does the nurse anticipate administering to the patient to reduce the gastric acid secretion? Option A omeprazole, B dicyclomine, option C nitroglycerin, option D acetazolamide. So to reduce the gastric acid secretion, which drug we can prescribe? The nurse anticipate for the prescription of omeprazole. Right answer here. This omeprazole is a proton pump inhibitor that acts by decreasing the production of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. Dicyclomine is an antispasmodic which is used to relieve the muscle spasm. Nitroglycerin is an example for a vasodilator drug which dilates the blood vessel and it is used to relax the smooth muscle. Acetazolamide is a carbonic anhydrase inhibitor used to decrease the volume and concentration of bicarbonate in pancreatic secretions. Now let's see the question number 77. Here also you need to match the following. So you have two options: bird face, option A; mouse face, option B; you have monkey face, option C; you have gorilla like face, option D; and you have frog like face, option E. So you need to match it with the list given in the numerals. 1 intranasal disease, 2 marasmus, 3 pyrorobin sequence, 4 chronic kidney failure, D acromegaly. So options are given here. Choose the right option which is matched correctly here. Now let's see the answer. So the answer for A, the bird's face pyrorobin sequence is the right answer. For B, 4, that is chronic kidney failure matched with the mouse face. And for monkey face, marasmus is the right pair. And for gorilla like face, acromegaly, and for frog face, intranasal disease. So option C is the right here. Now let's see the question number 78. When a nurse is performing her his responsibility commits an act of negligence, it is known as option A malpractice, B misdemeanor, option C tort, option D criminal negligence. The right answer, it is called as option A malpractice. When a nurse is performing professional negligence in her duty, that is called as malpractice in legal terms. Question number 79. Who is the director of AIIMS Jodhpur? Option A Dr. Sanjeev Mishra, option B Dr. Geetanjali Bhatmanath Bane, option C Dr. Vikas Bhatia, option C Dr. Ravikant. So the AIIMS Jodhpur, the current director is Dr. Sanjeev Mishra. Question number 80. The amount of light entering into eye can be controlled and regulated by option A pupil, B retina, C cornea, D iris. The right answer is option D iris. Iris regulates. Iris is the ring of pigmented tissue surrounding the pupil that varies in color. The iris opens and closes to control the amount of light entering the eye through the pupil. The pupil is the opening in the center of the iris where light enters the eye. When looking at the eye, the pupil appears black. So the right answer is Irish. Question number 81. Which type of electromagnetic radiation is used in the remote control of a television receiver? Option A ultraviolet rays, B X-rays, C infrared rays, option D gamma rays. In the television remote, we are using the rays called infrared rays. Option C is right. Question number 82. In which of the following part of neuron the information is transmitted in the chemical form? Option A axon, B synapse, option C dendrite, D none of this. The information transfer from one neuron to another neuron in the space between the two neurons called synapse, synaptic cleft. Question number 83. Which of the following subjects of data set is associated with the study of concerning population and humanity? Option A genetics, B demography, C ecology, option D sociology. So the subject which deals with the study of concerning the population and the humanity is option B demography. Move on to question number 84. Of the following, which hormone is associated with fight or flight concept? Option A insulin, B adrenaline, C estrogen, option D oxytocin. The right answer is option B adrenaline is right here, which is associated with fight or flight response. Question number 85. Itai disease is caused by the chronic poisoning of option A lithium, B lead, C cadmium, option D mercury. This disease Itai is associated with the chronic poisoning of cadmium substances. Question number 86. Which of the following device is used to measure the humidity? Option A anemometer, B hygrometer, C hydrometer, option D psychometer. The device used to measure the humidity is option B hygrometer. Question number 87. The average blood flow through kidney per minute is option A 1000 cc, B 1200 cc, that is 1200 ml, option C this one 500 cc, option D 200 cc. The amount of blood which is passing through the kidney per minute is 1200 ml, that is 1200 cc. Question number 88. The disease tetanus is also known as option A lockjaw, B whooping cough, C shingles, option D gangrene. This disease is otherwise known as lockjaw. It's the right answer here. Question number 89. In human beings, normally in which one of the following part does the sperm fertilizes the ovum? Option A cervix, B lower part of the uterus, C upper part of the uterus, D fallopian tube. The right answer is option D fallopian tube. Question number 90. Shweta, age 13, has had a lumbar puncture to examine the cerebrospinal fluid to determine if bacterial infection exists. The best position to keep her in after the procedure is option A on her right side to encourage the return of CSF. Option B prone for 2 hours to prevent aspiration should she vomit. Option C semi-foulers so she can watch TV for 5 hours and be entertained. Option D supine for several hours to prevent headache. So here the right answer is after after this spinal fluid aspiration, the patient should be positioned for several hours in the supine position to prevent any headache. Option D is right here. Question number 91. The nurse will plan to avoid performing which nursing action on the left arm of a client with an arteriovenous fistula? Option A blood pressure monitoring, B oxygen saturation monitoring, option C blood glucose monitoring, option D assessment of capillary refill. So in a client whose left arm having the arteriovenous fistula, which procedure you should avoid is option A blood pressure monitoring, that you should not do. Question number 92. A nurse is preparing to give a bed bath to an immobilized client with tuberculosis. The nurse should wear which of the following items when performing this care? Option A particulate respirator, gown and gloves. Option B surgical mask and gloves. Option C particulate respirator and protective eyewear. Option D surgical mask, gown and protective eyewear. So in this case, when you give a bed bath to a client who is immobilized with tuberculosis, you need to wear the particulate respirator, gown and gloves. Question number 92, the rationale is here. The nurse who is in contact with a client with tuberculosis should wear an individually filtered particulate respirator. The nurse also would wear gloves as per the standard precautions. The nurse wears a gown when the possibility exists that the clothing could become contaminated, such as when giving a bed bath. Question number 93. A client has experienced pulmonary embolism. A nurse assesses for which symptom, which is most commonly reported. Option A, hot, flushed feeling. B, sudden chills and fever. Option C, chest pain that occurs suddenly. Option D, dyspnea when deep breaths are taken. So in this condition, the nurse should expect for option C, chest pain is associated with the pulmonary embolism. The rationale, the most common initial symptom of pulmonary embolism is chest pain that is sudden in onset. The next most commonly reported symptom is dyspnea, which is accompanied by an increased respiratory rate. Other typical symptoms of pulmonary embolism includes apprehension and restlessness, tachycardia, cough, and cyanosis. Question number 94. A client who is human in a client who is HIV positive has had a Montauk skin test. The nurse notes a 7 mm area of induration at the site of the skin test. The nurse interprets the result as option A positive, B negative, C inconclusive, option D indicating the need for repeating test. So 7 mm induration in the area of the skin test for Montauk suggests that it needs a repeating testing is needed. The rationale, the client with HIV virus infection is considered to have positive results in Montauk tests with a larger than 5 mm of induration. The client without HIV positive with an introduction with an induration larger than 10 mm. The client with HIV is immunosuppressed, making a smaller area of induration positive for this type of client. It is possible the client infected with HIV to have a false negative readings because of the immunosuppressive factor. So hence the option 2, 3 and 4 are incorrect intervention. So here the right answer is option 1. Here the right answer is option 1, not option 4. So the nurse notes the 7 mm area which is indicating it is a positive. Option D is wrong. Now the question number 95. A client with acquired immunodeficiency syndrome has histoplasmosis. A nurse assesses the client for which of the following signs and symptoms. Option A, hypothermia. B, weight gain. C, dyspnea. D, headache. So here in histoplasmosis, the signs and symptom which the nurse can notice is dyspnea. That is the important signs and symptom we should anticipate. Histoplasmosis is an opportunistic fungal infection that can occur in the client with acute immunodeficiency syndrome. The infection begins as a respiratory infection and can progress to disseminated infection. Typical signs and symptoms include fever, dyspnea, cough, and weight loss. Enlargement of the client's lymph node, liver, and spleen may occur as well. Question number 96. A nurse is giving discharge instruction to a client with pulmonary sarcoidosis. The nurse concludes that the client understands that the information if the client reports which of the following is the early signs of exacerbation. Option A, fatigue. B, fever. C, shortness of breath. D, weight loss. So here a client is suffering from pulmonary sarcoidosis. So the nurse is giving the information to the client about the early signs of exacerbation. Which is the early sign here? The right answer is shortness of breath is considered as the early sign in the pulmonary sarcoidosis. So dry cough and dyspnea are typical signs and symptoms of pulmonary sarcoidosis. Others include night sweats, fever, weight loss, and skin nodules. Move on to question number 97, image-based question. Nurse Ram is doing which type of assessment? Option A, Tinel sign, B, scarf sign, C, popliteal angle assessment, option D, square window assessment. So this type of assessment indicates popliteal angle assessment is performed by the nurse from the rational. The popliteal angle is an assessment of the tone of the hamstring muscle. It is done one leg at a time. The thigh is flexed on the abdomen with with one hand, and then the other hand straightens the leg by pushing on the back of the ankle until there is a firm resistance to the movement. Question number 98, another image based question. Name the device. Option A, pill crusher. Option B, syringe destroyer. Option C, pill maker. Option D, needle burner. So very simple. This is a pill crusher. Question number 99. Which type of sign is observed here? Option A, popliteal angle. B, scarf sign. C, Chinel sign. Option D, square window. So the sign observed in this photograph shows that option B, scarf sign is observed here. So the rational sign used in Dubovich scoring. So to assess the developmental age and muscle tone in neonates, the infant's arm is pulled laterally across the chest in the hypotonic infant. The elbow will cross the midline in a term infant with a normal tone. The elbow will not reach the midline. So that is the assessment for scarf sign. The 100th question, name the device which you are seeing in this image. Option A, Gelbon pessary. Option B, Hodge pessary. Option C, Stum pessary. Option D, vaginal ring pessary. So this type of pessary is known as Hodge pessary. The Hodge pessary is an effective tool in the management of number of gynecological problems. The pessary is most commonly used in the management of pelvic support defects such as cytocele and rectocele. Pessaries can also be used in the treatment of stress urinary incontinence. So in this video, we have seen the answer key for the model exam 6.0 towards the AIIMS NORCET preparation 2020. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video and comment about this video. And more the model test is going to come this week. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you all get some kind of knowledge through this video. And please subscribe to our channel Satu Career 2.0 Online Nursing channel if you have not yet subscribed. Also click the bell icon to get the latest notification about the new videos, and I request you all to watch these two videos if you have not yet watched so far. Meet you again with another model test 7.0 answer key very soon. Take care. Bye bye.